Hi folks, welcome live to the World Cup. So it's the top 4 stage and we are going to watch first of all a game between China Ice and Norway. It's Tyrell against Baratheon, and just wanted to do this introduction. I will join the voice channel if anyone wants to commentate. I will finish my lunch and I will join you in a few minutes. So it's 2-1 in favor of Norway at the moment, so big game for China this one. Okay, so no one joining on commentary, fine. So what did we miss? Still round 1, okay. Bar Assault, well, one of the key characters is in play, Eldon, and has Storm's End, so he can turn everything into power, especially if there's a traitor on the Knight of Flowers. That's a pretty good deal. But also we have 3 pretty good locations for Superduck, including the passive power gain. And Knight of Flowers at the moment can stand. Superduck has to go first now, otherwise it's a bit awkward. It's gonna cost him a character if he wants to go second. Usually you do wanna make Bara Assault first, honestly. Is it worth marching a character just to go second? No. Yeah, no Delena at the moment. Storm's End will stand on Boros, for what it's worth, but not like you're gonna stand him anyway. Evan could do with a throne here. Otherwise he has to keep protecting that encampment. Cards go to shadow, so Robert Strong in the discard pile. I assume there's more than one. And Tyrell lately has that annoying habit of playing a surprise bounty. Uh-huh. Ooh, doesn't bother needing Knight of Flowers. And dupe is pretty key here, so March is gone, you can claim the reducer. Because the Norwegian deck has Morgulis for some reason, so you have to be careful about military always. But if there's Robert Strong and a bounty, then nothing can go in a challenge, which is awkward, of course. No black cells, there it is. Okay, comes out of shadows and triggers itself. And that's pretty nice. Now what do you do? As Baratheon, do you do 2 challenges? Maybe consider an offensive Storm's End to grab the power. Stuff in shadows that will come out, so... but it won't come out to attack. Dominance is tied at the moment. And there is no... you can't take the dupe because of Morgulis, so... Just doing a proper military here will force something to come out. Okay. It's going to take the knight, I think, here. Yeah. Now Superduck has dominance, but Eldon's ability hasn't been used, right? So he can stand the encampment anyway. Cards in shadows stay in shadows. He's gonna defend power instead. Now what's the situation with Mad King's Command and Political Disaster in the Tyrell deck? Do we know? I've been told that the Norwegian luck is continuing in the other game that we're not watching. Their Targaryen against China Stark. If they win that, then it's a really good situation.
I mean, he had some luck, but otherwise I think the game's good for Stark.
Ah, okay. Yeah, there's some mixed
He
opinions
got
about the matchup there. I know Palpa thinks it's borderline unlosable for Stark. You have a slightly different opinion, I think.
but he got a high road on the supporting the Fate turn and also had Incinerate as well on the supporting the Fate turn. But he has two supporting the Fate, so I think it's looking really good for Stark. Don't mean to say just that one was lucky.
Hmm. Well, okay, so
Yeah,
Superduck
another
has
Caitlyn and
Morgulis.
Grey Water Watch, so. Yeah, and also, by the way, you would enjoy. He had, I don't know, he triggered the old gate and had a Gravewind in hand. He had to take him to hand because he played put the sword on Summer, and he did discard Gravewind.
So Eldon's permanently dead. Melisandre loses the dupe, but so does the Knight of Flowers. And now Bara has claim and more gold. Didn't stand the encampment though before Eldon died. I'm not sure, maybe he was double used in the previous round when I was not here yet. Dupe and I mean
Said Zinni plays.
she might not win a challenge, to be fair, because of Black Cells. I
Oh,
mean,
he's playing Morgulis. That's not that good for him.
what are we talking about? The Star game still?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We can't see that, so. Black Cells
Sorry, I
plus
just
Melisandre Neil will make it a very bad round here for Superduck, for what it's worth, but with 4 cards in hand, he might not have all of that. Should be able to trigger Brand the Builder though. And a Shadow Priestess would be pretty nice. I think it'd probably pay for her though. There we are, yeah, so has the Neil and has probably a Black Cells trigger for Knight of Flowers. Can win both challenges here and dominance now.
How is this looking?
Oof, all 3 challenges in fact. And dominance. And 2 Brand the Builder triggers, so it's gonna be really good here for Baratheon. And still 4 plots before Baratheon has 2 Morgulis. Who do with the red keep? I'm killing Eldon's fair enough, but would be really better to kill Melisandre somehow. Well, is there any problem with just doing the obvious here? I think all three challenges probably not gonna trigger Reload Infiltrator. Ah. Oh, this exists. Well, that's a bit different matter now. Knight of Flowers goes. He was not duped and he had some... it has some power on him, I think he did, possibly. But it's not like you can kill anything with Sir Robert Strong here. What's coming in? Boros. Boros misses, that's rough. Is the last card Unexpected Guile? Okay, I would do the two challenges without Melisandre now. Increases the chance to lose them if there's a body in shadows, but I don't know, 5 gold. Okay. Also, of course, once the 2 Brand the Builder triggers if you can get them, but if this is Robert Strong, that's the game gone really downhill, I think. But it's not. Now what do we take? Do we have to take dupes or can we take Chamber and Red Keep? Chamber we take. Second power. Ah, now comes Mandon. There's 2 cards in hand. Previously there was only one, so kill was forced, but there was a reducer and still is. Is there another High Tower Knight? And there's the Red Keep, that's everything he needs.
Then he concedes. He started really after Morgulis marshaled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. Has a DC with 9 strength and Incinerate got discarded for intrigue, so I don't think there's a chance. He doesn't have nightmares, so yeah.
Oof, and Superduck is looking for a character and finds Old Town dupe. It's not the best. Has to hold on now, it won't be easy. You said that Tyrell will beat the Baratheon, but I was not so sure. I don't think it's a particularly good matchup for Tyrell. Not the worst either, though, to be fair, so can go either way, but I have not checked if there is either Mad King's Command or Political Disaster. There is First Snow, it's not so good against Baratheon, but it will expose Melisandre a little bit because two characters go back to hand, and we know that two cards of the three are non-characters at the moment. Are locations for Evan here. And he gets Boros back, so this could be a decent round. But again, Melisandre, Neil, and the Black Sails trigger goes a long way.
Maybe a red keep would be nice.
Well, it's in hand. Oh, you mean for Superduck?
Yeah.
Mm. It's a lot of power gain. I think this is a good plot to play. It's basically if you're not doing the Clash of Kings successfully, if the board say doesn't allow it, this quite often works. It's a high gold plot, puts you few power more towards winning, that you can have a big round with Imri or whatever. And I would recommend it. I know the deck space is tight, but the American deck, I've said this a few times now, basically has taken out both the power gaining plots. Feast for Crows and the Clash of Kings has done really well in this tournament, to be fair. Even has one win more than the records show, I guess. But I don't know. I think you should have some passive power in the plots and or active power in the case of Clash of Kings.
So Throne and Chamber is pretty good here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a lot of power if nothing happens, but you know, Melisandre is completely exposed, and she's gonna be alone against several characters, and Throne and Chamber and Feast for Crows will not compensate for Melisandre dying and all the challenges being done here.
Well, I mean, you have Storm's End.
Yeah, but it's perhaps not exactly something you want to do either. I mean, it costs you power to keep Melisandre alive. I'm sure he'll do it anyway. Now, what's the card in Shadows? If it's Shadow Priestess, that's one character knelt and one locked with Black Sails. Minimizes a lot of the damage.
I think when we played 8 Regents in Tyrell, I was playing something similar like this. Tyrell Lion, except I had alliance with Wolf as well, and I think the worst is when you get Throne in Chamber and you're winning so much on the board and still losing on power just from the Throne in Chamber triggers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been on the other side of matchups like that. It's fun when it works, but it can be quite dodgy. I mean, against aggro, you survive sometimes with traitors and Throne and Chamber a little bit, but it's dodgy. It's always on the verge of getting everything killed. Now, what's the situation here realistically with triggering Imri? Yeah, Osmond's ability still a bit awkward. But how close is Evan actually to winning? What's the... So if he does unopposed power and then dominance, that's 13. One more power. If he does 2 unopposed powers, that could work to just win the game here.
Or where does he get another character from?
Oh, I thought actually Imri had to do a challenge first, which he can't because he died, and if he tried, I think it could be defended.
Superduck saved 1 gold. He could bestow on Osmond, so I'm sure he has something to play.
Two econ locations and black cells that Imri trigger has cost, and we know that two cards in hand are Angui and Lord Infiltrator, right?
Yeah, and if there's some nightmares for Storm's End and Melisandre gets killed, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
either.
not.
Was it maybe just take the dominance if you can kind of round? Melisandre is not even going to do a challenge here. Wants to protect the red keep maybe. And then trigger Imri when you get to your 12 power or whatever it is. Then trigger Imri next time.
I mean, you weren't exactly winning dominance though, right? Were you?
So there was 11 and a standing Melisandre. 15.
Mm. Yeah, so
Actually, no.
maybe that's why Superduck saved the one gold.
Is he gonna do anything with Osmond, or is he just going to take the
We know there's
bar
Boros
power?
in hand, so
Hmm.
interesting. Not doing Boros.
And Knight of Flowers is not
Boros is
big enough
character.
to beat Melisandre. I don't think there's a treachery in the deck. Now is he going to get more characters into play is the question. That seems to be the plan.
Mm.
So can still do intrigue and the proper power with whatever Boros brings.
Yeah, but Boros doesn't always find power icons in this type of decks, I find.
Yeah,
Oh, there it is.
that's gonna deny the red keep.
Mm.
At the moment, if Boros doesn't kneel, dominance is tied, by the way. So maybe Boros.
No. Oh, did
Yeah,
he just came in normally?
yeah, he
Okay,
was
yeah,
ambushed,
then.
right? So yeah, it's not worth doing, I think, the intrigue. Although, I mean, if you
Yeah,
do the
close to
intrigue,
what?
if you do the intrigue, okay, you concede all the power with Fist for Growth and Chamber, but there's two characters, two Chads in hand, both Relore, but are really running out of resources. I don't know if that's a good investment for the future or if you want to stop their power here. I think you want to stop the power more.
Maybe have. Oh, you can play Craft, sorry. Maybe another ambush, high tower spy, something like that.
Think he has to pass. And Campbell will stay in alt. It's pretty decent position. Red keeps been denied, but the two Chads are there. So Melisandre Neil is available, and we know characters will come in to protect her, and but doesn't have the Harris anymore. So yeah, only has Murgulis with Knight of Flowers in hand for Superduck. So I think it's going slightly downhill. What are the other plots? tries the Morgulis into the Econ plot that will play Night of Flowers, but it is Late Summer Feast.
But kills Melisandre, so those are now not really, the chats are not Melisandre nil anymore, right? It's much less good, I guess.
Yeah, probably wanted to just play Morgulis and then the characters rather than play everything and be stuck with Morgulis now that he's not that close to winning. But now might be close to losing actually, because there will be challenges plus Old Town happening.
There's a throne chamber, so I don't know, that can do a lot.
But if you keep leaving a lot of gold, they're not even guaranteed. It's gonna collect 1 gold, right? Here.
Doesn't have that much econ.
1 gold.
Superduck. Yeah. I got that black cells trigger. And a character, maybe. No, maybe, but not really.
Well, Traitor would help.
The rock mark and traitor on.
Traitor comes from
Lady.
hand.
Yeah.
So it's not the card that was put into shadows. Interesting.
Oh wait, he sacked black cells, sorry.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he did for a round where he just... Okay, he lost... dominance was tied by 1, but... I mean... He sacked Imri in some locations for no gain. He lost the power challenge and he didn't win dominance, so that was really rough. I mean, it was such a thin line between getting to, what, 12 power and doing nothing at all. That Osmond really was nicely played there at the right time. And the fact that Boros found something to also stop the red keep, which was not guaranteed.
Not winning the dominance now, though. So why not do intrigue? I guess it gets changed, but... Or maybe see what Mark reveals.
Has he overlooked the traitor that came in?
Maybe.
Or maybe just doing as little as possible because of Late Summer Feast.
Yeah, that's also fair. But intrigue is like, you trade a card, and if it gets changed, you didn't win.
Sami come back now, though, for Even here. So what's his plots left? Clash of Kings and Late Summer Feast, I'm guessing. Or could be Trade Routes. I think Trade Routes might have been the plot that was removed to put Morgulis in from the more conventional plot line. If I can count my own deck as the benchmark here.
If you play the Harris, you're gonna lose the traitor.
Econ into Econ. The Harris is the last plot for Superduck, you're saying?
I'm asking, not saying.
Ah, okay, because he's already played Morgulis first now and marched, so... Clearly it's not political disaster, because there was plenty of opportunity to play that already.
Let's see.
Could it be King in the North? Sometimes they play that.
I think in the Lion deck, maybe. I don't know. Oh yeah, it is the Harris. Harris still in there, I think.
And all of that left for Ambush.
Alchemist Guild holds not nearly as good as Red Keep would have been.
Yeah, but actually, most things that have a trigger are already dead, and it doesn't work on Shadow Priestess. So
Yeah, that's what I
what can
mean.
you trigger? You can
You
stop
need it.
Alistair drawing or something like
Delena searching and then
that. He draws
well,
anyway, which means probably.
no, it doesn't.
Ah, okay. I thought
I
he
mean,
passed this, but
probably
yeah. And now it's there to stand
probably
Knight of
wants
Flowers potentially, which is pretty nice.
exactly. Mhm.
Well, it's characters. With Storms and Traitor in circulation, it's not the worst.
No agenda used. You could have used Alistair with agenda and you have Angui not kneeling.
Yeah, I'm thinking he must have forgot about the agenda here. Is there a tactical reason why you wouldn't use it?
I don't know.
If you have something that competes for the faction card, Neil, but I don't think you do in this deck.
I mean, the only thing I could imagine is Celise, but
Oh yeah, some decks do have one copy actually.
I mean,
Yeah, not for this round, yeah.
not in challenges.
And she does get cancelled by Guildhall really nicely if it ever comes up.
Do you fizzle this? To try to protect the board? I don't know. Honestly, Hound was not the best thing that Superduck could have had with High Tower there.
Mm-hmm. So she's gonna lose this and focus on other stuff. He's second player. Maybe thinks there's a
Maybe
chance to
figures
attack with
protecting.
Storm's End twice.
Also, maybe figures protecting Red Keep is more valuable. Which seems kinda fair. If you have shit hand anyway.
Yeah, but changing that into power wouldn't have
Oh
mattered
yeah,
that
true.
much.
Sorry.
Superduck under attacks again. This time it's into Late Summer Fist, so I would try to kneel or to get rid of the Red Keep somehow. Maybe he doesn't actually have anything beyond that Hound. Now passing just gets you the Red Keep, right?
Yeah, if that's what you want, but are you getting dominance?
No.
Connor says that there is one copy of Celise in the deck.
I think Superduck will let this go. So does Mark work on defense? Well, actually it's changed into power, so that changes things a little bit. If you want to defend, then count goes and dominance calculation changes.
Yeah.
But is it worth denying Red Keep? Might be.
Maybe there is some other spy in hand, I don't know.
I mean, if the Harris is the last plot, then the Hound staying in play is not great anyway.
Yeah.
12 for dominance, and we have 13 for Even here. But he can, well, actually. Okay,
Oh,
so now
okay.
he better attack because he's losing dominance. He still has a power challenge, right? Normal power challenge that he can do, and at the moment there's no defenders. But if he passes, he gets the red keep. If he doesn't pass,
How? He just lost
he
a
didn't.
power challenge.
Oh, he lost the power challenge. Yes. So why not attack with Alistair or both? Eight
I
minutes
mean, it's not
left.
horrible, but on the other hand, it's pretty big waste of bounty.
I mean, dominance is a big swing.
Yeah, but still,
It
you know,
puts
you
him
need to
ahead, right?
only.
If he wins dominance, puts him on 9-9 actually. Yeah.
But also, like, on the Harris, you will need to repopulate, so yeah, I don't know. I think there's a spy coming in.
Hound comes back, but that
Mm.
ties dominance then.
Which is better than losing power, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, losing dominance is the big no-no. Tying dominance is fine.
Is it 9, 11, and 11? Okay. Guess you can do military.
You can do
It has
military,
to be
yes.
unopposed.
If Mark defends, he needs to bring something in.
Yeah, but that's a gamble, right?
Mm-hmm. But where
Doesn't
is
take
the
it.
claim soak?
I think it's the Queen of Thorns. She's not getting to the Harris anyway.
Yeah, but that puts traitor back.
Yeah, but she was never gonna stay for the Harris, so it's gonna put traitor back anyway. Okay.
11-8, Guildhall comes back. Is he gonna try an Old Town? I suppose not.
Probably not. I mean, you can have it guaranteed if you trigger Mark, so.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Clash of
Clash of
Kings.
Kings.
That's a good chance for Bara to do something. Traitor's gonna come back, Black Celis is there.
It's a danger that it's the last round as well.
Yeah.
Any nightmares for Superduck? Of course, there is one nightmare. Every time.
It's not as rich as he could have been, Superduck here.
Yeah, and you have to be careful because if this is the last round, it is very realistic that I don't know.
I mean,
You
Bara
can
just
turn it
needs to
around.
do a good power challenge and Bara should stay ahead and that's it.
Yeah.
So Hound comes in for 4 and 4's left to be re-ambushed. But if there's a Shadow Priestess now, actually no, you need 1 gold for Traitor almost for sure, so A two-coster would be nice. Lock Knight of Flowers, put Traitor on the Hound.
Or maybe just put Traitor on the Knight of Flowers and lock the Hound. Because Hound can come back.
I don't think they'll get this done in 3 minutes, so this is probably the last round. Now the agenda is used, could have been used before also. Might be costly that it wasn't, especially if there's something cheap available. Okay, so I think
Sectional Duels thing.
it has to be the Traitor. Yeah, it's a body with a power icon, it's great. Now is he gonna trigger Black Cells immediately? Because
So
Superduck's
like
first
his
player.
first action.
Yeah,
So
exactly, he's gonna pass and see what happens, right?
He could have Nightmare.
If you did have Nightmares, does it go on Storm's End or Black Cells? Well, I mean, any challenge here. You can turn this into power, put Traitor on, defend with Dragonstone Faithful, and it triggers Clash of Kings.
Yeah, but maybe you want to do it. I mean, put Traitor on something else, right?
I mean,
I
you
don't
can
know.
defend with Alistair and Red Keep, and that wins also.
Yeah.
If Nightmares is spent on the Red Keep, well, okay. It's just gonna defend, but what's coming in now? If anything.
Ooh.
He does not trigger, does he? No.
Does he not? After comes out of shadows, okay, does not trigger then, yeah.
Well, he should still come in, I think.
Yeah. No? Yeah.
I mean,
If you have Clever Feint right now, that would be pretty good.
oh, clever feinting him into a... So what, can he take
Okay.
anything from the death pile?
Yeah, but never mind, there's no Clever Feint in the deck, so...
Oof,
Can't.
okay. Otherwise, I
Yeah,
mean,
because Old
taking
Town is
Gimri.
restricted. So, yeah. So you need to trigger Old Town at some point still. I mean, need to. You can.
I don't know. We don't know what the cards in hand are, but I think Bara should win this somehow. I mean, even if he doesn't play the shadow card on Superduck's turn and loses a power challenge, he will have Storm's End standing, Traitor and Black Cells, and Clash of Kings revealed, and Dominance, surely. Only when he doesn't have Dominance is if Superduck just passes. Yeah, I'm not so sure. Feels like there was a bit of under-attacking going on. Some power miss that could have been very valuable here in this last round. Could also trigger Old Town. It's guaranteed.
Yes.
Or does he want to keep Mark there? Because that's a known cost for, or strength, or whatever it is, for the High Tower Spy cost, right? To add to something.
I mean, the spy has 2, so the spy has 2 and it's 6, so it's not enough if he does like a big power challenge, but it can be defended 1. But also you can then trigger high tower. You can't trigger high tower then.
Okay, he's gonna defend. He has to defend everything.
Mm.
Can't pass as Baratheon.
If you put traitor on the hound, how's that for dominance? Not enough?
Yeah, I think you would win dominance, right?
So would
Yeah.
that not be enough?
To win
You
dominance
get
and
1.
trigger chamber, yeah, but that's not winning the
Oh,
game.
it's not enough.
Because
Yeah.
then Old Town triggers and Superduck's 1 ahead.
Oh yeah. No, 2 ahead actually.
I think 1 ahead.
It would be 10, 9. No, 10, 10, 10. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. I don't think he has nightmares because I feel like he would have played them.
Doesn't have an intrigue icon now. That's... I don't know. Could have left a challenge unopposed, maybe. Now he basically can do 2 challenges, and I think the best thing is to turn both of them into power. Because if any one succeeds, that should be enough, right? I mean, at the moment there's 2 power icons there, so one gets traitor, one gets black cells, and that's it. Then High Tower Spy can be in one challenge on defense, but not the other one, surely. So if one power challenge happens, and let's say it's opposed, so that's 10-9 for Even and turns into 10-10 with Old Town, so then dominance is the decisive factor.
Also, he could have lasted the giants into Lysa Erin and remove chamber before triggers.
Or remove throne, I mean, then he's not winning dominance.
Yeah.
Does he have that in the deck?
Yeah.
Oof.
What a dramatic game.
There's also still a high road to be used and potentially a high tower trigger. Okay, putting 2 characters into this one. 6, that can be defended. Well, actually, let's wait for this for this action window. So if high tower spy is 2 strength, right? So if it reveals mark, that will be 4. So 6 altogether. So can't win this one. Can win the other one. But
Unless you have nightmares.
he has to lock something here though, right? Can he afford to do it in the middle
Maybe
of the
something
challenge?
happens to the traitor, surely not, right? Surely there's traitor
That's the
there.
card in shadows.
Yeah.
These slow people are gonna take forever now.
Yeah, it's very fair though.
I know some people who get very annoyed when you take a bit too much time in the end game. Well, if both defend, one gets traitor but the other one gets
Spy boost.
the spy boost, so wins on defense, and Knight of Flowers gets renown.
Yeah, and hand goes back to hand.
Yeah, and the spy is there to oppose the other one. But I think then you're conceding dominance, and I think Bara still wins.
Well, he could still play bounty with this high road, for example. Or that Lysa Arryn play. Also, I need to be careful. I guess you need to be careful with the high tower spy sequence, right?
So that you don't draw mark. Unless you want to draw mark, hoping that there's something bigger which would allow you to win. Oof, we're still in this window. Okay, so
Maybe he does have nightmares if he was thinking so long. See, I think locking the hound would be just better. Because the hound, if he defends together with the spy, he can come back in if you have something like bounty and defend the other one as well.
yeah, but you have to pay for the spy. I think you'd need
Yeah, if you
additional
have
gold,
something like bounty. Yeah.
which she could, to be fair. And yeah, Knight of Flowers probably wasn't gonna stand here.
Yep.
Less guild, whole guild. Can guild hold cancel hound?
Yeah, but
Can cancel the hound and
locked.
then what's
Oof,
locked
does not
now?
defend the challenge.
Yeah, I was thinking about this plan. So it's you are 2 down, right? If you don't defend, but then you win dominance, you get Old Town, but you lose on the cards. Yeah. think Bara should... Oh, you have two old towns. You have two old towns still because there's still the standing phase.
Yeah, but you're not guaranteed.
You're not guaranteed, but that's a win for Tyrell if they hit.
Yeah.
So what now? Do you pass and let it happen? Or do you see what you can do with the other power challenge? Nothing you can do, I don't think. Well, unless the spy we made up doesn't exist. Does the spy exist? Yes.
It does. Yeah, I guess in this case it is good that you blank this one. When you locked Knight of Flowers, because with Knight of Flowers it would be a win, right?
Mm-hmm. But actually, if he was in the challenge, then you lose dominance. If both defended, I mean. So, okay. I guess we're
Yeah, but
gonna have the blind old town trigger to see who wins the game. It's a bit nerve-wracking, this. Have to say character and it's a 50-50. Wins dominance by 1.
is there some way to check? I mean to,
I don't know. I don't think so. Not without Undercity in play. Can't put anything on top manually.
There's a lot of characters that are gone.
Yeah, but I'm sure a lot of non-characters are also gone, so character is still the... Yeah, don't remind him, maybe he didn't know.
Yeah, sure, he did not know. See, he will count.
Yeah, I counted also when I played the like a melee game. I had Old Town in dominance and then in standing. And I thought I played so many characters, maybe I have more events left, but it's nowhere near. It's so unbelievable that any other card type would catch up to characters, I think. Is Superduck going to lose both today? Then I think he has pretty much only defeats in this tournament so far.
There's 17 characters that we can see out of the 31.
So he's less than half, assuming there's still something in hand. It's about a 40% chance to win the game on this trigger, I think. Oof, okay, even less. Come on. Let's have it.
The drama.
It's not, it's bounty.
Okay.
Well. So Norway wins another one. Could have used that bounty. He drew a bit more. Okay, he would draw into that bounty pretty late in the round, right after the challenges are already done pretty much. So, but if he had it at the start of the round, would have had, I think, many more things in play here. So yeah, I think maybe there was some slightly too conservative rounds there for Superduck. He could have squeezed maybe an additional power somewhere. But yeah, the fact that he blocked that fist for crows completely, I mean, that was very nice. Glad we caught this one. And I think it's 3-2 in favor of Norway now. Close to getting at least a draw from this, and anything could happen, but they could even win it.
Is there another game today?
Yes, I think there's 2 more. I should have started, I mean, if things are proceeding according to the schedule, because this one overran so much.
That's not marked red. Okay. Let's see.
Okay. Let me show you the calendar, in fact. So this was the 3 p.m. slot now. So one going to Norway and the other going to China. This one that we didn't see. And next up we have Gloring against Avada Zhu. So what's that, Greyjoy against Stark?
No, Baratheon, Sea of Blood.
Greyjoy versus Bara. That's a chance for Norway, I think. And then afterwards they play another one. They play their Free Folk, if I'm not mistaken, against Knights Watch Uniting the Realm. Without refreshing my memory as to what is in the Night's Watch deck, I think that's probably in favor of Night's Watch. And then whatever is the decider is tomorrow, so it's gonna be really interesting. And not scheduled yet. I see one more for Catalonia later today and 4 more tomorrow. Catalonia USA, I think that's all that still remain. It's 2-2 in that one. So